Alright, so we're back on this Motorola. We're going to do some voltage checks on here. And this, the schematic is actually pretty concise. It has a lot of test points. And in this, it shows on this page, on this view, the test points were all made using batteries. And in this view on the bottom, the same test points were measured using operating on a 117 volt AC line. So that's kind of cool that they do that. Oh, yeah, there's not really too much. I noticed that the oscillator would start to run if you unmesh the banana slicer. If you open it completely, then the oscillator would start to run. So from my experience, every time I've seen that, it's usually a low voltage coming into the tube. But you know, I hope it's not a bad tube, because I guess I don't have tubes, but I could take it out of another radio. I'm sure I have another radio that has those tubes in it. I did replace this one capacitor that was in the power supply because it was shorted, but it didn't, well, actually it did make a little bit of difference. Now there's a hum constantly. It was hardly anything before. So it woke up a little bit, but still no good. So I wanted to check voltages off the power supply, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it to the power amp, because power amp is basically pretty much directly connected to the output of the power supply. And you know, these aren't full wave rectifiers, it's just a single or half wave. Hang on. Well, what's going on here? Get out of there. All right, let's plug it in here. Let's see. See, now we got that hum constantly that we didn't have before either. Because we got that shorted cap out of there. I'm sure all the other caps need to be changed. We'll probably do that because it seems like this radio may be worth doing that. But all the other caps in here, using that micro ranger up there, everything checked at least 5 megs, which I know is not good in most cases, but at least I know they're not shorted. Alright, so they tell you should have the negative to B minus, which is the when making these measurements, not to chassis ground, and B minus, I found there's a connection to that switch right there, which is right here. So let's go ahead and try it. So it's the 3V4 up in the corner here. All right, so let's see, 0, 0. So pin 2 should have 85 volts. Alright, so let's see. There's pin 1. I don't want to short anything. So instead of 85 volts, it has 42 volts. So it's got just about half the voltage that it should have. Let's go. So pin 3 should have 90 volts. Let's see, that goes to that resistor. It should have 90 volts and it has 62 volts. Huh. So maybe the B plus coming in is low, and I'd like to check it right off the AC. The AC plug comes in. I like to check it right off. Where is it here? Let's see, R10. You know, that has actually a part location. But I think it's too dark. I don't know if you can really see it or not. Oh yeah, it's fine actually, it's fine. So we need, I'm sure it'll be easy to find anyway, but we're going to do it using the scheme. So we need R10. R10 is right here. Well, it says 150 right there, so there it is, right there. So, the old battery died. I don't know. I didn't buy a new camera. I bought a bunch of batteries for the 2 cameras that I had because I thought they'd be good enough. But I don't think these batteries, I think they're just fakes. I don't know. Whatever. All right, anyway, so we want to check the voltage on this, that 150 right there. And as it's sitting here, I can hear like it waking up a little bit. I can hear some sounds coming out of it. So, where was it? I lost my place here. So we were right here. And the one, let's see, the rectifier, then R10. So, since it's halfway, right, 117, so it should be like 80 something volts, right? It should be half. Okay, well, it's showing 64 volts, but hold on a sec. So it comes right off the rectifier, and what I like to do, okay, hold on a second. So right off the rectifier, let's see, so what I like to do is put it on AC and see how much leakage we got, if we have any leakage. All right, we've got about 40 volt, 40.46 volts AC coming out on the cathode side of the diode of the selenium rectifier. So I believe that selenium rectifier is leaking, and that could be the whole problem. So we're going to go ahead. I think before we do anything, you get a shock when you touch it. So if you do what I'm doing right now, be real careful. And it's getting very hot. All right. So I think that without going any further, I think we're going to go ahead and just jump that out. Let me grab a diode. Let me see. Hold on. We're going to do that first. I think. So this is definitely a problem. Let's try a used. Let me grab, there's a diode laying here. Actually, I don't know what kind of diode it is, but you could usually you could use any of these. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do it for testing anyway. I like one with nice long leads. Most of these are high speed. These are old stuff that came out of these. What do you call it? UPS power supplies that the batteries had went bad, and they were odd type batteries, and the customer that owned them just wanted to trash them and get new ones. So they were too big for me to take, because I love to take everybody else's crap. But anyway, well, not literally, not figuratively, literally, but I took, and I took all, because they still work, just the batteries are bad, so I took all the components out of them that I could. And there are a wealth of triacs and SCRs and diodes. So that was actually pretty cool. All right, so let's see. How are we going to get that? I can't get my hand in there. We could pull. Come on. There you go. All right, so I think the top is probably going to be cathode. Yeah, the top is cathode. Let's go ahead and put a lump of. Can you see in there? I don't know if you can see in there. I didn't realize that. I'm always at the top of the screen. I hate that. I don't know. I always do that. I got to get better at this. Anyway, let's put a lump of solder right here. A lump of solder, so we can just tack on this beautiful diode. This diode's getting a second life. A second life it's getting. Alright, let's see, get on there. Stay on there just long enough to get hard. Oh, damn. Long enough to get hard. Oh my god. I cracked myself up. Alright. Stop it. Stop it. It's disgusting. Alright, there you go. Alright. So, let's see. I know the voltage is probably going to be a little bit higher this way because, you know, these diodes are probably much more efficient. And, you know, I probably should have checked that diode. I'm sure they're good, but I should probably check it first, make sure it's not shorted. Oh, it has a forward voltage of like 3. Maybe it's a Schottky. I don't, well, you know what? Hold on. I don't know if that's a good diode to use. You gotta use just usually a diode with a forward voltage of around. This one has 1. Like a half a volt. Like this one. Like this one would be better. So let's do that one instead. I don't know, this could be some kind of special purpose or a Schottky. Schottky sounds like something you drink, doesn't it? I'll have another Schottky, please. Alright, there you go. A little lump of solder on the end of that. Let's get that back on. This time I'm going to do it with my hand so I can get blind. I'm going to make another reference to a TV show. If you play a hot piano, you're going to get your fingers blind. And I'll even tell you, that's the Flintstones. So you could tell I used to love watching the Flintstones. Alright. So, there you go. We got diode tacked in. Let's get rid of my jumper for a second. I want to turn it off so I'm not surprised when I'm plugging it in. I can have my hand on the plug anyway as I'm turning that switch on. Come on. There you go. We don't even have an antenna. This is with no antenna. We're going to make sure nothing's burning away here. I know the caps have to be changed, and I'm sure we're going to stress out the... Woo! Don't touch that. Here's our antenna. Ain't that beautiful?
So she's actually, she gets the masseuse the week after. Looking to improve.
See? I ain't that stupid. My mama didn't raise no dummies.
He's 11 pounds, 10 ounces.
Pretty good, huh?
But he's still having...
So we got a little bit of a hum. So the best thing to do would be to change the electrolytics. Which, you know, as much as I love to change capacitors. Yeah, and that's going to be a joule to get to as well. And I think it's a 4-section. It looks like a 4-section. Let's play with it for a minute anyway. Let me grab, let's see. Let's put an outdoor antenna on that wire there.
Most every month at the college will let us in, and so we
another
I can't until I
little bit of tone low. What movie was that song highlighted in? Does anybody remember that movie? That was a great movie, actually. If you think, in the movie, the subject was walking down the hallway of his niece's school. I'd love to keep it on, but I can't. What movie was that?
And while Silver doesn't have an answer for how to completely fix the issue,
We're going to reline this anyway. I know I really shouldn't be doing this, but
I wanted to be a writer and write in that sort of espionage genre. I started taking
I wonder why there's no
classes, very simple pistol
somebody.
at first, and they get a little more sophisticated and a little more sophisticated. And
I can't get into
eventually
that.
I was training alongside civilian contractors or active duty military who were taking, commercial courses.
Anyway, not that it's not sensitive enough right now.
Enforcement and stuff like that.
Let's turn this light off.
Fell in love with it.
is there any talk of nothing on my skin? That's right.
Alright, so that was the problem. The problem is the selenium rectifier. That was the whole thing. So, we could, actually, let's see what the voltage is now. Let's see if it's too high. It's probably going to be a little bit higher, obviously, but, maybe it will be within spec of what it shows in this, in the schematic. I usually don't have schematics to compare it to, so I'll just throw a couple of 100 ohm resistor in there. Let's get it back on here. Let's turn it back on. Alright. Boing. Probably help if I put on the right scale again. Dumbass, you're a dumbass. Well, now we're 104 volts coming out of there. I think that may be a little bit high, just a little bit high. A little bit high. You know, these 1 volt tubes, they love to be overvolted. So let's see, pin 3 was 90 volts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 93 volts. We're a little bit up there. Where was it? 2 was 85 volts. It's 88, so it's about 3 volts high. That resistor is getting mighty hot, but I think it's normal. So we could either replace that with maybe a 200 ohm or a 250, and that would probably just do it. Just replace that one, or we could just add a maybe a 50, 100 ohm resistor right to the out of this the new diode, which I think I'm just going to leave this diode in there. I think it's fine. Does anybody want to watch me change capacitors, or should I just do it? I think it's probably okay, even if I don't add a resistor, it's probably okay. I guess I won't be doing that now. We got swiping all the screws around. I should have put them in a cup. Let me put this little thing of old diodes away. Oh. Alright, so I guess this is my life. You know, the thing fell into a little tiny hole back here. I got it though. But you could try 1,000,000 times and you'd never get that thing to fall into that little hole. But because I don't want it to fall into that little hole. I mean, it just like the thing was on rails going down. Alright. right. So I guess we could change. I know that those electrolytics do have to come out of there, and I really... What are they? Let's see what they are. Of course, the voltage side is out there. And yeah, there's another cap hidden right up here, too. Look at that. Actually, yeah, that one doesn't matter. This one wouldn't really matter. So it's got a 40. I can't see good in that. It's like in a perfect spot for you not to be able to see. 240s, a 20, and an 80. 240s, a 20, and an 80. The ones with these cardboard covers, I like to cut them open and just stuff them, you know, the new caps in the can. It always seems to be an easier job doing that. But let's see. Let's get let's clear up a little. We don't need the meter anymore. Now that we know what the problem was, we don't need the meter anymore. That was easy, actually. That was an easy one. There's always a bunch of stuff over the top. This would probably be easier to do what I said by just cutting this open. I guess we could remove this volume control, give us a little more room. We could chop this open. If I can get that cover off of it easily without busting that. Actually, what I'll do like I did last time. I'll make a slit in it. We'll pull it up, cut the can open, pull the guts out, and drill little holes near its respective connections, and then put the wires for the new caps through it. Let's see if I can see the connect. So that one's a triangle, that one's a square, that one's a circle, and that one's a nothing. Alright, so we could see them. I could see which ones they are, so we should be okay. It's going to be a little bit of work, but I think we could do it. Alright. I wonder if I should, let's see. You know what, I guess for a few minutes you could watch me replace some of these. Let's do that. This one I'm not going to touch, the one that has the inductor wrapped. I mean, you know, I just don't know enough how to replace those, so I'm not going to do it. So this one I'm not going to replace. It's probably mica. I think I checked this one had like 30 megs on it or something, so I think it's okay anyway. The one down here we can replace. That one's easy to get to. What is it? It's a 0.05. So that should be easy enough to get to. Let's do that one. Let's get that out of there. Let's get you out of there. I like to leave these bent up, so this way I know you cut a cap off and then you lose the connection. Alright, it's a 0.05 at 100 voltages. We're going to put in a, let's see, what do we got? What could we go? 0.047. That's the closest one. Yeah, alright. Oh, hang on one second. Hang on. Oh, sorry about that. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. We're going to go ahead and solder some new. We'll do these first, I guess. Or at least some of them anyway, and see what a difference, if it makes any difference at all. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, we're going to have to change that, the electrolytic, but I like to hold off if I can here. Come on. This long nose plier is not the best. I have a couple of different ones, and I need to go ahead and pull it out, but what's going on here? It's like it's getting larger. Very strange. This is what I mean. If I was doing this, come on. If I wasn't filming this, it would hook on there the first shot, and I just want to get it onto this. I just want to get it onto the little piece I left sitting there because it just makes it easier. Then I know it's not as difficult to heat it up. Alright. Good enough. There you go. There's that one. Pull it out so it's not, so it's in the right place there. We'll get you back into your home. Alright, so we got that one. Let's get you off to the side here. What else we got in here? Let's get, let's do, what size? A 0.1. I have so many different styles of these. How many volts is that 0.1? It's 200 volts. So, alright, so here's a 0.1. Get out of here. 400 volts. And they're so much smaller, too. You know, they're just so much smaller. So we'll believe, let's see. What's the one behind it? Let me see what the one behind it is. We can kill two birds with one stone. Let me see. See, that one's so much smaller, so it's not going to fit. So we got to leave the wire. We got to leave these wires on there. But that's okay. It don't matter. Does it? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is what we do. This is what we do. This is what we do. We do it. We don't do it well, but we just do it. We just try to do it. Let's see. Somewhere I have another long nose, and it's great for making these little J hooks, especially the little tiny ones. It just fits so well. This thing has been in there a long time. I noticed this cap is kind of cracked open there, so that one's probably a bad one anyway. But alright, so I don't know what this one is, but we're going to find out in a minute. This is a 0.05 at 100. Alright, so I just got to remember that one. Let's put that one. These are so small, it's not going to be in the way anyway. Let's get this side on first. We need to have that one as long as possible because the old one was so much bigger and it's spaced so far apart. I just don't want to make a mistake and ruin this beautiful radio. Actually, it is a pretty nice radio. I can't really complain. Oop, 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 oop. Get up there. Get up there, Mr. J. We could, it's always nice if you can make the J on both sides and squeeze them tight, but I don't have the patience. I don't know. Look, it popped off, too. I just don't have the patience. Some people do. I've seen some guy. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't be messing with me now. Come on. Not yet. Some people have the patience to do that stuff. And, I mean, it's great, but I just don't. I mean, look how much smaller that is, although we could get that other one. What I say this was a 0.05. Isn't it fun watching me do this? We won't do all of them. We'll do a few. I know you guys like watching me do this. And then these beautiful radios. Oh, hang on a second. I'm being called again. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Well, life only just gets more interesting. I just got a call from the guy who I got this radio from. Guess what he watched? Guess what he watched? He watched the video where I was making comments about you can have it for a price. I want to give it to you. I do want to give it to you, but not for free. He says to me, well, I didn't know you were upset. I said, well, actually, I'm not upset. He says, well, I didn't, I'm sorry, I'll give you the money back. I'm like, no, you won't. I'm not asking for, I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I just, my thing, oh, look, I broke the capacitor. That's the only problem about these is you can't bend them. If you flip them upside down, they just peel right open. So we got to replace that one again. You know, if someone promises you something, if somebody says something, I mean, so for me anyway, it's your word, right? That's it. You don't go back on your word. But I don't. It doesn't matter if he would have said to me originally, "Hey, I've got this. Here it is. This is how much I want." That would have been fine. But that's not what he did. But anyway, I mean, what's the difference, right? I did tell him, nah. He says, oh, I didn't know you were going to be upset. What I should have said was, I don't get mad, I just get even. But that's not how I feel, actually. I'm just teasing anyway. He was more concerned that somebody else was going to watch it. And I know he's going to see this one too, but I don't care. I mean, you know, life should be an open book, right? There's too much crap that goes on in this world as it is. Where, you know, too much secrecy. Everybody. One thing that I hate is, like, you ever hear somebody say, you were talking behind my back? Yeah, I'll never do that. I don't do that. You can't say, well, I was talking behind your back. You know, on YouTube, because everybody's listening. Let me get this about where I need it to be. Let's just get one side on. I hate redoing things. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but like if I do something, then I got to redo it. That's like, to me, is like one of the worst. I hate that. I hate redoing things. I don't know why. I just got that little pet peeve. But I mean, this one's not bad, but. And then you got that shit that happens. All right, doesn't matter. You got the old tension and it flips off when you heat it up. And then you just want to kill someone. Actually, it's not that bad. I'm just teasing. But this has to stay, at least, well, for now it's okay, but it's got to be kind of below the surface of the bottom because the cover goes on this thing. I think this one here we could probably get right on. Yeah, we don't even need to have the that piece on there. We can just solder it right to the... Get on there, my gosh. Just solder right on there, and then I'm going to cut the other lead right off. Again, you know, when you're trying to heat these up with the soldering iron, it's almost ridiculous. Is it in there? And then it retains heat, and then, you know, you let it go too soon, and then it flips off. Hold the end of that wire, that's what doesn't... Oh, come on. Alright, the hell with it. I don't care. The heck with it. Alright, so that one's okay. Actually, let me add a little more solder to that one, because I don't think I added any new solder to this one at all. That's all the old garbage. That's all the 90-year-old solder on that one. Alright. You stay right there. You know, I have like probably 10 or plus soldering stations, and why I'm using the crappiest one is just crazy to me. But yet, that's what I'm doing. I'm using the crappiest one that I have. Alright, what's this one here? Let's get this lovely piece of machinery out of there. I just want to leave a little piece sticking up this way. If I forget, I can look for that little piece of wire sticking up. Alright. What are you? Another 0.05. Ooh. What was the voltage on that one? They're all going to be probably, yeah, 100 volts. I think I have these 0.047s. I think I have like a couple of hundred of them. Probably even more than that. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can get it. I think we can get that without... Let's cut that in half. We may be able to just get it right on there without any other... Yeah, it should be okay. So we'll get it in place, and then we'll get the old wires off, or just cut them off or whatever. Where's the hole? What's going on here? Hello, hello. I don't want to heat that coil up too much. Why ruining that coil? Look at that. I heated it up so much that it's not cooling down. I think it's sideways, but it doesn't matter. Can you believe I just did that? Alright, fight with me, why don't you? Fight with me. A little bit of new solder. It's amazing how long that holds the heat for. Probably would have been better if I did the lower one first. Get that back underneath there. Yeah, it'll work. She'll work good. There you go. There you go. Nice job. Nice job. My fingers are too fat to get into these little tiny spots. Anyway, I think it's probably enough for doing this. Let me cut this one off here. Oh, look, it's stuck. Alright, so let's pull you up so you look presentable. We'll put you over here like this. We're not going to be touching anything over here anymore, so this is okay right here. I need to put a little more solder on that side. I didn't really get enough. I know it's going to pop off now when I do this, but alright, I feel better now. Alright, there you go, that's good. We got all the caps on this side, except for that one. I'm not going to change that one, because I don't know much about that. I guess we could do that one next, another 0.05. I'm going to stop for right now, and then when I get them all in there, I'll come back, so you're not just watching me do this garbola. Or maybe not. We can always just not put this in, or we can put it in. I don't know, we'll see. I'll record it anyway. I can always just not put it in the video, right? Get out of there. Get out of there. Are you right there? What are you? What are you? You're another 0.05. I'm running out of them in this box, but I should have a whole, I have like a whole bag full of these. Whenever somebody says, I got a bag full, what if it was just a small bag? I got lots of them. We got lots and lots of little junky capacitors. I think I said in another video, some people don't like these little caps, but they're fine. They work just fine. You'll see once we get it in there. You'll see that they work just fine. Alright, let's solder that one in place. Put a little bit of solder. All right. Gentle. You got to be gentle. Also, you got to make sure. All right, let's see. Let's get this side off. I think we can probably just go right across. Across? Yeah, we'll just put a little. Where's the piece I cut off? It's right here. That's plenty for that side. It's even a little too big. Let's cut a little more of that off so we can make it a little bit shorter. We'll put that on and then we'll chop it off. We'll lop it off afterwards. Oh, look at that, it moved up. Isn't that amazing? Seriously? Come on. Alright, let's get the extra piece of wire off there. Yeah, there you go, there you go, there you go. I don't want it sitting on the tube socket, so we're just going to lift it up a little bit. We'll lift you up like that. We can get this piece out of there. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Look how much more room. I figured I would get all these done. It'll probably be easy to get in there to work around this other cap right here. That's bad. What's this one right here? I hate when they're like, so you can't really read it. And this one needs to be replaced, so it's, let me see if I can heat it. Sometimes you can throw a little fire at it. Of course, well, did it make it worse? Looks like another .05, but I really can't read it. Had like dirt over the front. 05, 400 volts. I think it's a .05. It only says it in one spot. It would be nice if it said it in 2 spots. I'm pretty sure it's .05. Yeah, it's .05. .05 at 400 volts. And the other one's a .05 at 100 volts. .05. So we're going to put I guess, let's see, .047. I think I have it 600 volts too. Yes, we do. We got 630 volts. It's amazing that, okay, here's one right here. 630 voltages. Look at the difference in size. Isn't that crazy? Alright, let's see. This one's got cracks in it, so this is not a good one. This has got a really long wire, so let's see. We could just put this right up against the, let me cut this real short here. We'll just get it right up in there. And then I'll just pull that wire right over to it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Shit. No, 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 no. See, I almost did it again. That one is connected to the line, so we're not going to do that. We need to put a safety cap in there. See, I did that last time too, and then I had to come back and redo it. Where's my box of safety caps? I have some, there's a .05, right? Is that what it was? 47, .05. Where's that little box? I know I had a little box of those. Well, I guess I can just take them out of here. We got like, I'm not sure what are these. These are .56. .1s. So that ain't gonna work. Where's that? I had a box that had like an assortment of them in there. It'd be so nice if I could just find that box, which I think we're gonna have to look for. What are these? Those are more .1s. Get in there. Maybe that's what fell on the floor the other day. There's a little square box that had those in it. Now we're going to pause you till I find it. Oh, forgot to turn the camera back on. Doesn't matter. Here it is right here anyway. We're going to get it right here. Let's see. We can get that wire on the other side of this resistor, and it would be neater. Usually I like to put the lead dress exactly the way it came, but I'm not sure this one's going to make a difference in this circuit anyway. I'd like to get I'd like to have it as short as possible, and it's just not going to make it there. Let's see, I got to cut this off. We're going to have to put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. let's put this over here. We need to have this not, we have to let's see, I think this one will work. We want to make sure that it's sealed off there, so we're going to put a larger piece of heat shrink this way, and then we'll solder these together. And then we'll put the larger piece of heat shrink over it. Alright, there you go. Oop, darn it, I had it perfect. Alright, there you go. Okie doke. Get in there. Get off there. I'm going to slide you down right over that like that. Apply some fire. There you go. Now it's safe. We got that in tight. We got that wire all sealed off. We look good. We're not complaining. Alright, what is this one right here? This is a .002. It's probably going to be one of them little green, those little chiclets. We're going to find a little chiclet. Those I don't have handy either, so. Let's see, do we have, what's the lowest one that goes down? This goes down to, yeah, no good. Yeah. But we got an 001, .001. I wonder if, I don't know what that is. Let's see what circuit that is. Sometimes you don't have to change all of them either, but this one's probably, what's the voltage on it? 400 volts. Now let's just change the other ones. Is that one 05? Yeah, another .05. Another .05. We're going to get so many .05s. There's only got 2 left in here. Well, only the 400 volt ones, so those are still I have to go grab some from the other room. I may have some in the cabinet here, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, let's cut you off right there. Cut you off right there. We could put this all the way, yeah, that's fine. Let's make a little circle out of it. Let's go ahead and get that soldered on. And then I can cut the, we can cut the mustard. We can cut the old wire off. The old wire is just kind of flapping around when we get the solder molten. Come on, get in there, darn it. Alright, that's one side. And the other side was right here. We don't even really need, well, I guess. we can put it this way and then it's out of the way. And we just do that. We can even use the old piece of insulator. Make it look better. Got the old time look. Alright, let's solder it and cut. Solder and cut. Ow, damn, where's this to go? Huh? Alright. There you go, there's one. Here's two. Make sure these are never going to touch. We don't want them playing hardball together. Alright, so that one's good. We got the one in the back here, but again, it's a .005. Again, we'll do those last because I don't know. I got to find them. What are you? You look like a .05 again. 47. Yeah, .05 again. Another pernt 05. It's pernt. That's another way of saying point. Pernt. What's your pernt? That's just right. I think this is the last one. Anyway. She's the last one, and then I got to go hunt for others. Alright, let's see. Let's solder it on. Don't move. Let's cut the old. There you go. Don't do that. Alright, we need to chop. We need to do the old chop and lop. We got to get this one off. So it goes right here. Whoa. All right. There you go. There you go. Gotta get it heated up enough. And then cool down enough. Alright, there you go. That's good. That'll work. We'll straighten out the leads a little bit. Is it .005? Was this one? This was also an 005, and that's an 002. And I don't have those in here, so we're not going to touch those for right now. We're not going to touch them for right now, and we're going to give the radio a try and make sure I didn't screw anything up. And if I did, it's going to be a bitch to find it because I changed so many parts. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you wind up putting a lead in the wrong place. It's never good, but it happens. Not in this case, though.
There was a less stable and I think safe place with these. You know what really disturbed me though? You know, during the rushing.
Yeah, I still hear the little bit of hum.
These things, but he threatened to use nuclear weapons numerous times during the course of that war. You know, when you first hear that, this is the Biden administration, he did it.
Works pretty good for no antenna.
You, when 9/11...
Works better with my finger as an antenna.
Well, I was
Also receiving a lot of pushback.
Pretty loud. Pretty loud radio. Well, maybe we'll even leave those 3 caps in there. Just out of curiosity, let's see, just using a regular digital multimeter. Not the best way to do it. Not even a good way to do it. But let's see. I know the resistance was high on these anyway, but no, but in the circuit it's 120K. That would be bad. That's over a meg. Usually when they're over a meg, I know some guys like to say it's got to be like over 30 meg, over 40 meg, and I know that's true, but in the circuit though, I guess, well, this one here, I'm going to cut it off, and because I can actually get that one back on easily. Yeah, see, it even checks. So I think they're okay. I'm not going to mess with them. We're just going to leave those 3 in there. Let's J-hook and solder it back. Hello, Jay. All right, let's solder it back. We'll just leave those 3, and we need to do the electrolytics. All right, that's good. That's fine. Fine for now, anyway. What did I say these were? The electrolytic was 240s, a 20, and an 80. 240s, a 20, and an 80. What was the voltage on there? The highest one was 150. Right, the highest is 150. 40, 40, 20, 80. 40, 40, 20, 80. Hang on a second. We're going to try, it's a 40, 40, 20, 80. Let's see what's in this box. We got a box. These are only 50 volt though. These are 50 volt, 25 volt. No good. You can't. I was going to try to just jump it to see if I can get that buzz to go away. If I don't have to change that electrolytic, I don't want to. I know I should, but okay. Here's 100. These are 250. Here's a 47 at 250. There you go. 47 at 250. We're going to do something you should never do. Let's see. I can't tell if that's actually a... It may be. I don't know. It's hard to tell. You gotta be real careful when you do this, though. You really don't want to... If you touch the wrong thing, you'll be singing. There's the negative right there. Yeah, it definitely... Watch this, look. It definitely gets lower when I touch that one, for sure. You see that? So, yeah, they need to be changed. So these two right here are definitely bad. And one of them has this .002 connected right to it. Let's see if I can get that one without shorting anything. Come on. Really, you gotta move now? Seriously? So it's good. It's one of these two right here. It gets a little lower on that one, and a little lower on that one. So those two for sure. I mean, the whole cap really should be changed, but all right. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this. I know this is going to be a pain. I guess we can do the same. Let me see. Let me grab the caps, and then I'll have them here, and then we'll figure out how we're going to do it. I said 240s, 40, 40, 20, 80. So it's 40, the 80 at 25, and the 240s, and the 20 are 150. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we got this thing off to expose this a little better. Here's the 4 caps that are going to replace those. I guess we could just put them on the bottom, but then, you know, I gotta cut things, and I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to cut that can open. I've done it before, and then we'll pull this cap off here. Let's see if I can do it. Will be nice. It'd be nice if let's see. Just to know if I could spread it. If I can't spread it, because I want to push this back on after. It's glue, you know, they use some kind of glue in there, and it's virtually impossible. If you just try to slip it up, it ain't gonna happen. But I've done this before, and I can seem to always get it off. Let's see, hopefully I can pull. There it comes. Alright, we gotta open. There you go. Even if you leave it just like that, it's probably okay. Let's see. Can I get it off completely? It's not going to be easy to get it back. Well, you know, to get these knobs off, you'll look at the black stuff. And that was the tar that was holding it in place. Anyway, next we can cut this can open here without hurting myself. I lost the hole. We gotta clean all that up now. Let me grab my vacuum here. I know I got the old Dyson laying around here somewhere. We got the Dyson right here. Yeah. I don't know. Couldn't be two. Probably one of the capacitors I needed. Oh, alright, let's see. Alright, let's see if we can pull this back now and yank the guts out of here. Hopefully it's not going to give me too much of a problem. Look at that beautiful capacitor. Look what's in there. Oh, it stinks too. Alright. Yum yum, give me some. Here's the negative, I guess, right there. We chopped right through the negative. Look at that. Let's see how we're going to get that out of there. We could just, let's see. There you go, it's coming out. I want the top to stay on, although the top doesn't necessarily need to stay on it. Look at that. What a mess, huh? Ooh, look at that. The unearthing. Oh, look at all the pieces that just popped out of there. What a mess. Let's get it out and then we'll clean it up. I'm only going to make more of a mess here. Yum. Ooh, it's nice and warm too. Yum capacitor, huh? Look at all the legs in there. See that? That's that. I bet you. Well, I mean, I know it was bad, kind of, but it wasn't shorted or anything yet. Anyway, watch. I do all that. I put the new caps in there, and it doesn't make any difference. There you go. She's a beaut. Now we're committed to doing it. There's no backing out of it now. No backing out now. We're done. We're finished. We're finished. Let's see if we can get this piece out of here. It's like a rubber. Oh. I don't want to break the... Wait a second, what's going on here? No, we want to leave that in there. I just want the piece on the top of it out. But I want that brown... Yeah, there it is, see? There it goes. Only because I could see the... It may not come out as easy as I thought, but... It's working, it's working. Wash the hands pretty good after this one. It was, you know, it's a seal, so it's underneath the bottom of the can there. All right, there you go. It's almost good enough. All right, there you go. We'll go ahead and give it the old suckaroo one more time. All right. We need to get this, this can't touch anything because I'm sure it's the isolated ground, so we need to make sure that's okay. All right, so there's the 4 connection points right there. We could probably just solder to them instead of... I'm going to push them through anyway, probably, just because it's easier, I think. It'd be hard to... And you need more room. So, if we look at this ridiculous thing here... The, let's see, the 240s are the half a circle and the square. So, let's see. Those are the 240s, and these are the 247s that are going to replace them. Okay, so what I say, the circle and the square, the circle and the square, the circle, certainly. All right, let's see, the circle and the square. All right. So this is the triangle. The square is this one right here, it looks like. Yeah, that one's a square. Come on. Okay. So the two top ones, these two, those two are circle and square, which are these two right here. These are circle and square right here. Let's grab a little drill bit for this, and we'll just drill a little hole, and then we can pass the wires through. Come on. Let me see if this will fit. I think we may have to get the smaller, hang on a second. Yeah, I gotta get, hold on a second. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, we got the right size collet in there. We can get that nice and tight. So this one has a hole already near it, so we need to drill one right here. Not the best bit I've ever used in my life. We need a different bit. That bit's kind of dull. Dull as heck. Alright. I got plenty of bits. Of course I would pick the dull one, right? There you go. I went right through that one. So we need to find the negatives. We need to have the grounds. We need. Oh, let me see. We can. Last time I did the grounds from the bottom. Why don't I just do that again? Let's just drill. I'll drill all the holes while I'm down here. Guess for that one. Guess for that one. There's one ground right there. One ground right there. One ground right there. And I guess we can do the other ground right there. We should be okay. And we said the 247s were up front. And then, of course, now I got little pieces of hairy stuff all over where the holes are. Okay, the triangle is right here. What was the triangle? Let's do the back ones first. It'll be easier. The triangle was the 20 at 150. So let's do the back ones first. So we got a 100. Is that a 33 or oh, I got a 3.3. I thought I had a 33. Darn! Here's a 22. 22 at 250. All right, it's a lot bigger. A lot bigger, but it'll work. All right, so this one here is nothing. That one there is the triangle. Just double check myself again here. All right, so this is gonna go. Actually, you could see it through the top here. You could see the if you can get that's the circle, that's the square. And yeah, it's got this is the triangle right there. So if we put this right in here like that, look at all the little pieces in there that just are fighting me right now. Alright, so get out of there. Just wrap the wires where they need to go. So this is going to go to ground right here. And this is going to go to this 22 right here. You know what, let's solder it in place. This way I can bend it and do whatever I need. Alright, there's a 22. And then here's the one ground right here. Come on. These are not chassis grounds, so they can't touch the chassis. Oh, come on. Always fighting. Always fighting. Never fails. Okay, there's the 22 is in place for the 20. That's right here. That's good. And more pieces. It's funny that, like, where are they coming from now? I don't even know where they're coming from. Alright. So, this one back here, are you the triangle? This one back here is the triangle. Okay, that's the one we did. Alright. Did I do it right? Let me double check here. Yeah, okay, we did it right. So that one's good. This one is the nothing, I think. That one's the circle. That one's a square. So the one with nothing on it, what's the one with nothing? Is 80. So it's 80 at 25. And we've got a 100 at 50. I think we're just going to put that one on the bottom. Just because it's so tiny and it doesn't really matter. And it's right here. Okay, we're just going to do that. It'll just be easier. I don't have to, because we're going to be, I think it's going to be a lot. Those two big ones may just be a lot, stuffing them into that can. It may be quite a bit, so if we can at least get this little one, we'll just make it a little bit easier. Alright, so it's this one right here. It's this one right here. It's folded in half. I'll just lay it around, or wrap it around the We'll go ahead and wrap it right around the terminal without pushing the chassis back and fighting with me, because everything likes to fight, like I always say. Everything always wants to fight. All right, there's one lead. Then we got to get the other lead of this onto the ground. The common ground, not the chassis ground. Which again is right here. Alright, it's right here. So we can push this right into the, oh, come on. We can push this right in the corner right here. Pull these wires out of the way a little. Push you right in there. And then get that lead, because that lead's got to go right here. What's going on? Why is it, again, everything is just... She shut off again. The old camera shut off. So, anyway. I think we're good. Is it soldered on there good? Let's see. Let's just make sure. Yeah, it's good. All right, we'll get that right in the corner right there. That's fine. Now we got these two. The two, what are they? They're 47s, and they're going to go in the place of the 50s, which are these two top ones right here, which turn out to be the two front ones right here. So let's see, I think we go, well, let's do the back one first. It would go this way. Am I doing that right? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. That would go that way. And this one is going to go this way. Just like that. Yeah, that other one would have fit in there just fine, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. I've just got to make sure we don't have the leads backwards. So this one is going to go here. Look at that. It actually, when I pushed it in there, it went on the wrong side of... Alright, they got to come back out. It actually pushed to the wrong side, and it would be shorting. Alright, so let's do that one more time. So we need to get it on, let me see, did I do that right? Let's see, this side. That'll work. So this can go to here, and then this can go to here, which is okay. And then we got to put this one that's got to go this way. Oh, if you could see that or not, I got it out of the frame. I know I got it out of the frame. I'm just trying to. Let's see. Let's see if I can get those in the right spot here. Let's see. So this is going to go here. This one's going to go here. But see, I did it again. It's on the wrong. It keeps going on to the wrong side of the one wire that's in there. So It's gotta, we gotta, there you go, now it's on the right side. Of course can you see what I'm doing there? It's gotta go in here, and then this one is gonna go to here. This one we're gonna wrap it around this. There you go. Let's wrap you, let's wrap. Wrap. Alright, there you go, that one's in. We still have to solder it, but, and then this one is going to go in here, right, like this. The negative is on the outside. Let's see. Yeah. We need this one. It's going to go here. How did I hook that in there like that? That is amazing. I mean, you couldn't hook that in there if you wanted to. Wow. But yet I did. Alright, that's good. Alright, that's good, that's good. So the negative is going to go right here. If I could push it through the little hole there, that would be nice. Come on. What's going on? These are not easy, you know. Is there a hole in there? Maybe there's no hole in there. Just wrap it around again, like we did the other one. It's just not easy to do this. They make those adapter-cap things that make this job a lot easier, which I don't have. But alright, let's solder some of them in and then we can do the rest of them. Alright, let's see. I'm going to try to get this ground wire on there first. That's going to be a tough one because, oh no, it's soldering pretty easily. I thought it was going to be tough, but it was easy. Alright, we need to solder this one. There you go, that's done. We need this one right here, has got to go to this ground right here. So we can cut just a little bit of this off so I can fold it down. There you go. There you go. Okay. I'm going to heat that up just one more time so I can push it down. Okay, that's the ground for that one. And then, let's see, what else? Did we get them all? We got that one. We got that one. We got to do this one right here. We missed one. Make it tight against the connection point. This tip is no good anymore, so like I said before, I must have 10 or 15 solder stations. And I've got a few that are really good ones too, and I got the crappiest one with the broken friggin' iron. That's the one I'm using. As my daughter said to me one time, you should be ashamed of yourself. Absolutely ashamed of yourself. Let's make sure I did that right. I guess we're going to find out if I did right. That's the negative. The negative is on the outside there. Looks good, looks good. Let's solder this back on, because I just know that, solder. Let's screw that back on, because I just know that's going to fall. So what did I do with the screws? Were these the screws for that? There's only one washer. Is that correct? I don't remember. I don't remember. I think there was a washer on the top, but none on the bottom. So I think that's it. I think there's just one. I know this is, I don't know. I'm going to put this video up in parts, so it's going to, because I know it's very long. But I don't know. So I'll put it in parts. If somebody wants to watch the whole thing, they can watch all the parts. Actually, damn, I'm sorry for saying that. I forgot to put the cover back on this thing. But I think we could probably just weasel it in there and just shove the top in there. We could shove it in. Let's do a little shoving. Let's see if we can shove it in. Can we shove it in? How do you shove it in there? It was definitely easier before. Let's just take it back off. Let's just take it back off. It's not a big deal. It's only 2 screws. 2 screws. I just don't want that that capacitor to break off. Let's put you back in here. I want to try to get the... Great. I guess I can get that in after. I want to get the cut part where you can't see it. There you go. All right, now we can put you back on. Make sure I didn't break the wire off of that cap. Not yet. It's not broken off yet. Let's see if this thing goes kaboom. Then we know I put one of the caps in backwards. I don't think I did. When you do so much work at one time, it gets a little crazy. Let me try to get some of these crumbs off of here again. I'm sure I got comments about, you should stop the camera when you do that. It's ridiculous. I don't want to sit and watch you do. Hold on a second. I don't want to sit and watch you do vacuuming the bench. Alright, so you've just put it in the corner there and you don't even see it. And we'll go ahead and, after we make sure everything works, we'll glue that up a little bit. And then even just leave it like that is fine. But alright, here goes nothing. Alright. No more buzz?
Your parish.
1 minute. Only one before you dig. You never did. Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Everything. The greatest gift to do. And so I'm challenging it.
Tiene 4 con más diarios bíblicos 2023 y
Hang on a second here.
Full closure. Do you need cash quickly? You know, how do you do that, Marvin? Boy, give information you can hand out to people.
Something ain't right. Did I do something? It wasn't doing that before. We have to figure out what I did wrong. Could it be lead dress? Something is like very microphonic now for some reason. got to double check all our work just to make sure none of these caps are getting hot in here. No, nothing's getting hot. But that's definitely a new issue now. Alright, this is good. This is fine. You know what, let's take a quick look. Maybe something's touching somewhere. Let's see. We were messing around quite a bit over here, so... let's see. We got that one is not touching. That one looks okay. We got that negative right there. These are really close right here, so that could be touching right here. Let's see, right here. It wouldn't be good. Okay. That may have been touching. I smushed this down. That's got to come up. We definitely don't want that touching the ground. That would definitely cause a problem. Alright, let's try it again. Let's see what happens now. Let's try it again.
Thanks for being with me, too. Urban selections anywhere in the valley with live local entertainment. 7. Yeah, like a Reddit does. Are you the type to stick around for it? That's great risk.
Alright, sounds good now. So we definitely had a short there.
What happens if someone applies water which can pollute Nevada's rivers? Summerlin isn't open. In the 1960s, there was a coin flip. At some point,
see how easy it is to make a mistake and screw something up? If you put a wire in the wrong place or whatever. Oof.
they had us some of the
You hear a little bit of audio hum. Could be because all the wires and stuff just hanging loose. Oh, look. Could it be, you know, this one capacitor right here? It's a .002. I don't have one right here, but what could we stick in just to... This is isolated from here. And I know it's isolated for, so it doesn't become dangerous. But it's not making a difference even if you short it. Maybe it's just the way the radio works, I don't know. And we don't have the ground from the antenna hooked up. Let's put it back in the case real quick and see if it makes any difference. Why don't we do that? Let's put it back in the case. Everything looks good under here. Oh, the only thing is this. We didn't put the bottom. We got to get the bottom cover back on. Possibly we got a little too much voltage. We still got these capacitors that we didn't replace. This was just temporary, but we may still put a... let's gotta make sure this doesn't touch. I don't think it will. I mean, the voltage wasn't too high. So, I mean, that could be the cause, too. It could be just that couple of volts makes a difference. So we could replace that resistor or just add like another 100 ohms in there maybe. Some of the voltages were pretty close, only a couple of volts off, but let's give it a try like this. I'm just curious. We're gonna put it together and try it like this. This power cord needs to be replaced. We still need to do that, but let's see. This had to be popped off too when I took it off. So, all right. It's always all right. There you go. What I do with all the screws? Here's all the screws from the bottom here. Just put a couple in there. I just want to curious to see what happens when we put it back into the case. Get the antenna connected properly, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how it works. If it works any different or better. All right, where's the case? Here it is right here. Let's move this over a little. Look, more stuff falling, even more. It's still falling out of the... It's kind of amazing that when you do those capacitors like that, those little pieces just seem to want to fall out forever. All right, so it goes this way, obviously. How's it going? It goes up like this. All right, so this one here went into this, and this here was just kind of pushed into here. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's how it was. Doesn't seem like it's a... I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it. That's how it was. So I don't know. We got to be careful. There's a little hole. Let me get a little piece of tape for that plug there. I'm going to use a piece of white tape so I don't forget, because that cord needs to be replaced. It's got some gouges in it. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I certainly don't want anybody to get hurt. But right there, it's from the case of the way it's put in the case. It's just anyway. All right. No screws. I guess we're okay with screws. I think. I guess we can put one or two right on the top here. Let's use just to see what's going to happen. It'll be grounded then. All right, there you go. There's one screw. No, get back there. Don't be... I know we're just gonna have to swipe all the screws onto the ground, and I'll be chasing them for the next year. All right, let's see. Get rid of that.
Underhands it off the glass on the scoop, missed it, rebounded by Booker.
Just needs to be back in the case. No more noise. No more.
And with this strike
no more
in
buzzing.
The region in the Caribbean, certainly meaning to send a message to Iran that if these talks do not go well, to be prepared.
No doubt there. Gabe Gutierrez.
Nose now. Easy. Sexton word. Fell for the fake news. Will Dalton caught it before I got
the fake news.
Theology.
Thank you for the opportunity.
5-4. Immediately after.
With your hosts, Brian Alvarez and Mike Sempervive. Are you ready? Let's get it on!
How's it going, everybody? everybody. Brian Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, and Sunday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern. Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it's Thursday here on the show. You know what that means? We got a lot to talk about here today.
Well,
last night was Dynamite. And they got a... Oh, Jesus.
Padre Eterno, Dios.
A couple years back, even when I first.
Anyway, that's it. This thing is a workie. I guess we could replace those last 3 caps, but probably not going to do it. Anyway, I know this was long, boy. This was a long one. I think we'll have to figure out how. You'll probably see the whole thing in parts. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. But came out nice, though. It came out good. And it was washed in the sink originally. This thing was pretty dirty before. Alright, well, I'm not going to keep you any longer. We'll have to find something else to do now. Anyway, thanks for watching this one. This was an interesting one. It's actually a cool radio, even though the story behind it kind of wasn't the best. But okay, I'm sure, you know, like everything else, it'll just pass with time. Not a big deal, is what it is. And that's about it for that, I guess. I can't think of anything else, so everybody take care and be good to yourselves and each other. And we'll see you on the next one. So long. Bye-bye.